he is even better than we thought. Stephon Castle is well on his way to winning Rookie of the Year, but an article by Pounding the Rock lays out how good he actually is on the season, and it has people like Zach Lowe saying he loves Stephon Castle, and we're going to break it down here on Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys take a spur of the moment to get every Spurs moment by hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss all the great content we have coming for you. But we get into it here. Why Stephon Castle's rookie season has been even better than you think. Castle's stats don't always jump off the page. You know what? Let's just give them right now. We're going to talk about them throughout, but 14.6 points per game, close to 4 rebounds, a little over 4 assists, 43% from the floor, 28 from 3, about a steal a game. So you look at these stats and you don't think to yourself, oh, well, this is a high level rookie, just a good rookie season. No, he is a high level rookie, and for the people who are watching this right now, Spurs fans, we know how good Stephon Castle is, but if you haven't gone through all of it, you might not know how good he's been playing right now. But as much as Hawks fans don't want to hear it, Castle's all but locked up Rookie of the Year. I think he's like minus 1,500 or minus up to 2,000 on like FanDuel, DraftKings. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. At this point in the field, it seemed like it was almost anyone's to grab because 2024 class lacked any players who were clear above the rest. Castle has managed to separate himself from the pack. Again, Jared McCain was a guy who you could have seen in this conversation, obviously with the way he was playing to start the season, but he unfortunately goes down, and Stephon Castle picked it up from right there. Even with the Hawks' top pick getting hot towards the end of the season, Castle has managed to stave off his advances while having stellar months the last couple of months himself, averaging 19.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists in March. He managed to go to yet another level in April, averaging 19.2, 7.2, and 7.3 splits, while just barely missing out on 2 straight triple-doubles. That is insane. 19, 7, and 7, that's high-level rookie play. That is high-level rookie play. That is star already. That's star-level play. If you got 19, 7, and 7 from Castle next year, he's a borderline all-star. That is great. The fact that he is able to put this up, and he is showcasing what he can do as a solo. I mean, obviously, we've got Devin Vassell. We've got other people, Harrison Barnes, who obviously hit the great shot against the Warriors. We've got Chris Paul. We've got other players, but this is Stephon Castle's team right now with Wemby and Fox out. This is his team. Like, he's just running things over there, and with him being the number one option, he's showing what he can do at just such a young age. But for reference on these numbers, Luka Doncic is the only rookie to ever average 18, 8, and 7 in the month of April. He also joins Doncic, Harden, and Giannis as the only players who have totaled 300 points, 95 assists, and 85 rebounds in the last 15 games. That's a small sample size, of course, but at the same time, that's 1/6 of your season. It's not like it's like a crazy small sample size. It is about 1/5 to 1/6 of your season. So he's doing this over a solid period of time. And all this may seem like a small sample size stuff, but it has certainly mattered for Castle, at least as far as Rookie of the Year race is concerned. It's also a sign that he is a player who can turn things up as the playoffs approach, something the Spurs will need in the future once these March and April games start mattering again, which will be next season, barring health, which should be at next season. Absolutely will be next season. But, however, if you don't like just the small sample sizes, a broader view is he surpassed 1,000 points, 250 rebounds, 250 assists, 70 steals on the season. Once again, that is elite company. He joins Luka Doncic, superstar, top 5 player in the game, Trae Young, top 30 point guard, or top 30 player in the game, clearly a top 10 point guard, a guy who's brought his team to the conference finals. Obviously, that might have been a weird year, but hey, He's played in the Eastern Conference Finals. There's some players who have never played in the league that are really good. And Cade Cunningham, who impossibly could bring the Pistons to the second round this year for the first time in a long time, and he was an All-Star. All of these guys have been All-Stars. Safe to assume that Cade's going to be a multiple-time All-Star with the way that he is playing. So 3 multi-time All-Stars and Stephon Castle. You don't think he's going to be an All-Star? I think he will be in the future. But with just 2 games left in the season, the Spurs, it's safe to assume that Castle's averages about 14.6, 3 and 4 will stay the same. While, if you argue, the most impressive stat line of his rookie year, and Castle still needs shooting work. He still needs things to improve on. We know that Castle's not a finished product, and that's what's so scary about it. We know there are many things we watch from Castle, and we're like, okay, he could do that better. He can do that better. He can do that better. And he just put up 19, 7, and 7 or so far in the month of April. He's got a couple games left, but we know that. It got to the point where like Zach Lowe and Kirk Goldsberry on The Ringer recently discussed, and it's not just about the stats or the dunks, it's the intangibles. And on that, Zach Lowe happened to say this about Stephon Castle. I love Castle. I think he's going to be really, really good. I think the Spurs have a real player there to put next to Wembanyama. Went on talking about, I don't care about whatever you have to say, if he holds the ball too long or whatnot. He thinks they have a real player. I love Castle, and I think he's going to be awesome. He's all in on Castle. We're all in on Castle. If you're not watching basketball, or if you haven't paid attention to San Antonio Spurs basketball, you're going to be here soon, and you're going to be in on Stephon Castle. They knocked this pick out of the ballpark. We all know it. The league knows it, and we're happy about it. He is better than we thought he was going to be in his rookie season. I thought he could win Rookie of the Year. I didn't think 19, 7, and 7 were going to be numbers he could put up for a stretch. I didn't think that averaging about 24 and 5 were going to be things he could put up for a 2-month span. I thought he was going to be around the 11 points, 4 or 5 rebounds because of his athleticism, 3 assists because Chris Paul's going to be hunting the ball. Splits are roughly around where they are now, and then there just was not going to be any other rookie to jump out. But no, he's doing great things right now, and I love seeing this from Stephon Castle. But Castle may appear to seem quiet and a lead-by-example guy in the ilk of Tim Duncan, the guy in L.A., we don't like to mention his name. But Goldsberry mentioned that he does, in fact, have a voice and a presence in the Spurs locker room. We've seen him actually in multiple interviews talking about, we're going to still play hard. We're still going to bring 5 guys out there. As long as the season's going on, the games are going on, that means we're going to play hard. And you love hearing that from a rookie. He is just a rookie, and he's trying to already showcase he's one of the leaders on this team. And after Wednesday's win over the Warriors, Chris Paul readily admitted he told Mitch Johnson to let the group that was out there close the game, and told Castle to go out there and help lead them to victory, which he did. Again, shout out to Harrison Barnes getting that against his old team. But the Spurs are now looking to having 2 straight Rookie of the Years and a young core featuring Castle, Wembanyama, and even more promising by the day. Hopefully everyone stays healthy next season. That's the one thing. We stay healthy, we're going to be in not the play-in conversation. We'll be in the playoff conversation. We'll be at least the 6th seed next year. That is at least the 6th seed next year. And along with the addition of De'Aaron Fox, this young team finally puts together everything together and makes the playoffs makes the playoffs to end a 7-year drought. The West is suddenly ripe for the rising the ranks, with so much uncertainty with teams like the Mavs, the Grizzlies, the Suns, the Nuggets, and even barring another health disaster this season, the Spurs will have 0 excuses moving forward. I mean, you got to think, next year, the Warriors should be still good, obviously with Steph and Jimmy Butler and Draymond, but you clearly know they're not going to be good for a long period of time, and then the Warriors are going to dip. The Lakers are going to always be good with Luka, but they're not always going to be Luka and LeBron. So you have a chance to usurp them in the power rankings. You're going to have teams like the Thunder are still there. They're going to be really good. You still have teams, the Clippers are old too. A lot of the teams that are there, it's really the Thunder and the Rockets are the 2 younger promising teams that are already really good in the Western Conference. After that, it is a lot of teams who have aged, because the Lakers are the 3, the Clippers are the 4, the Nuggets are the 5. The Nuggets don't like to actually build themselves around the Clippers, or the opposite way around, whatever the case may be for those rankings. It's actually showing right there at the bottom. So I think it's actually Nuggets 4, Clippers 5. But there are definitely points that we can build upon and teams that we can usurp to get into that conversation. We're going to be better than the Kings healthy. We're better than the Suns healthy. We're better than the Mavs healthy. We're better, honestly, we're better than the Grizzlies healthy. We're already a top 7 team when healthy. We just got to put it together. And once we do put it together, this team's going to be scary. But let me know in the comments if you didn't realize how good Stephon Castle had been this year, or if you already knew because you guys watch the games like I do. But let me know in the comments what you think about Stephon Castle and how good you think he's going to be. This has been Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will be seeing all of you guys very soon.